Hello everyone. Here are some creepy cartoons that I recommend you to watch on Halloween. First we have Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, episode Nightmare on Wilson Way. Blue tries to fool everyone with the same Halloween trick every year.
Oh, bother. I can't seem to open this can, and I would so like some peanut brittle. Mac, would you be a dear?
I can't open it. I'm tied up. Besides, you pull that same trick on the house year after year, and we're sick of it.
When Mr. Harriman tries it, he has a heart attack. Or at least that's what Blue thinks. Thinking that Mr. Harriman is dead, Blue buries him in the garden. Mr. Harriman comes back as a zombie and transforms everyone into zombies. Blue has to save himself. Then we have Phineas and Ferb with the episode One Scare Oughta Do It. Phineas and Ferb build a haunted house to scare Isabella and cure her hiccups. Candace enters the haunted house to bust her brothers, not knowing what's really inside. Next we have Ed, Edd n Eddy's Boo Haw Haw. The Eds attempt to find the town of Spookyville on Halloween by using a dated map of Eddie's brother. However, along the way Ed has hallucinations of the kids being horrific monsters due to watching so many monster movies on TV earlier. Next we have Mina and the Count. The Count comes to a 7-year-old girl's house by mistake after following Igor's schedule. He tries to leave, but Mina won't let him unless he becomes her best friend. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. First we have the pilot episode. The plot is similar to Mina and the Count. That guy comes to a kid's house and he's forced to become the kid's friend. The Grim Reaper comes to Billy's house to take the hamster's life. Billy and his friend Mandy refuse to give the hamster away and challenge Grim to a game. Then we have the movie Jacked Up Halloween. Jack, a headless prankster from Grim's past, uses Billy to steal Grim's side so he can destroy Grim and take over the world with demons from the underworld. The Powerpuff Girls. Episode Boogie Frights. Buttercup scares her sisters with the story of the boogeyman. In the dark world underneath their bed, the boogeyman is working on a plan to destroy the sun so that all the monsters can party on Earth forever. Abracadabra. A local magician named Illusion pulls a deathly trick where he comes back from the dead as a zombie to haunt Townsville. He wants to take revenge for being laughed at and humiliated during his last show. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Windmill Vandals. Dexter's Laboratory, episode Monstory. Dexter gives Dee Dee a potion so he doesn't have to listen to her story. The potion, however, turns Dee Dee into a monster. Eek. A cat meets a lost ghost in a cemetery and helps it find its family. The Addams Family, Pottergeist. Granny tells a Halloween story that happened 40 years ago. A man went golfing on Halloween night and was struck by lightning which lost him his head. He took the huge golf ball from the course sign and returned as the Pottergeist. Kids Next Door, Operation Tricky. Number 4 sets off on his own to prove he can get more candy than his teammates, without even wearing a costume. But he only receives a single piece of candy, and that ends up being stolen by Sticky Beard and his candy pirates.
It's 8:15 in the morning. Any second now, my mom's gonna burst into my room and demand I get up and get dressed. But I'm not going to. You wanna know why? 'Cause I'm dead. Stop that! I'm not really dead.
What's with Andy? Episode Playing Dead. In order to avoid helping with a school fundraiser, Andy pretends to be dead. His parents outprank him and drag him to the fundraiser.
What do we do now?
Now you leave me the heck alone.
Now we bury him.
Say what?
We bury him out in the backyard. we ought to do it right now. This place is starting to stink.
Okay, this is weird. Dad actually dug a hole. Is he really planning on burying me? Am I that good an actor? Don't they even want a second opinion?
Anybody want to say a few words before we plant poor Andy?
No.
Nope.
No way he's really gonna put me in the ground. No way. Okay, he did it. He put me in the ground, but there's absolutely no way he's gonna fill it in with... I can't believe this. I knew I was a first-class actor, but I never knew I was this good.
And the award for the best actor faking his own death goes to Andy Larkin!
How are we doing back there, son? Still dead?
Ha ha. My dad's a real comedian.
Episode Very Scary Stuff. Andy's parents leave for the weekend. Andy tries to scare his sister after she invited friends over to watch horror movies. Beetlejuice. Episode Bewitched, Bothered, Beetlejuiced. Lydia's cat follows Lydia to the Netherworld on Halloween night, where it gets kidnapped by a witch to take it to the witch's ball. Beetlejuice, Prince of the Netherworld. Beetlejuice agrees to set Prince Vince on a date with Lydia if he makes him his court jester, only that Beetlejuice became jealous after seeing them together and starts to sabotage their date.
Sweet Lydia! Stay!
Sorry, you're Lonis. I'll take a rain check.
Lydia, she is the earth, the sky, and I am but a dark cloud on her horizon.
Growing Up Creepy. Episode Night of Fright. Melanie and Carla get invited to Chris Ellis's fright party. They know the party won't be scary, and they felt bad for accepting the invitation in the first place. They enter Creepy's house by mistake. Scooby-Doo. Here are some of the creepiest Scooby-Doo movies. The Mystery Gang reunite and visit Moonscar Island, a remote island with a dark secret. Daphne wants more than just a villain in a costume, and they get more than they ever expected. Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, and Scrappy-Doo are on their way to Miss Grimwood's finishing school for girls, where they have been hired as gym teachers. Once there, however, they find that it's actually a school for girl ghouls. After the death of Shaggy's uncle, he, Scooby, and Scrappy arrive at his uncle's plantation to collect the inheritance, but as soon as they arrive they find it is haunted by the ghost of the Confederate soldier. They hire the Boo Brothers, a trio of ghost exterminators, to help catch the nasty ghoul. Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. Shaggy gets transformed into a werewolf. He needs to win the car race in order to be turned into a human again.